What's up, guys? We are driving. Gonna do a little bit of a reseller talk here. It's gonna be shaky a little bit, right? I don't know if you want to deal with it. If you don't, we're driving. It's gonna be shaky. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have like a gimbal. I don't even know if that's possible. What the? Hold on. Look at. So this is gonna be like. I don't know if that came on the screen or not. This is gonna be like a little graphic. Okay. In the reseller talks, we get a little bit serious with the language. What the fuck is going on with the fucking shipments here? This shipment placement bullshit that has occurred. I'm getting pretty fucking tired of it. If you're asking me honestly, they're charging, all kinds of different bullshit. You can't get on this Amazon optimized whatever the fuck if you don't, who knows, because my last two shipments, which granted have been smaller, they're just different items, right? They've been, oversized items and, smaller items and just kind of random shit. And so, but what the fuck is happening? I'm getting charged, $15, $14 to ship, 39 pounds or whatever, right? But then on top of that, I'm getting charged another $15 fucking dollars to for a placement. So $30 fucking dollars. I mean, what are we talking about here? $1 a pound, over, under $1 a pound, but still, I mean, it's, I don't know. It's definitely more than I'm used to paying. 37 cents, per item. Now it's $1. I usually, account for $1.50 plus anyway, but still, what are we doing here, Amazon? And I haven't, there's settings, of course, in your shipment setups, but it's showing, we're hitting bumpy roads here again. It's showing, when I go to ship it, it's showing that it's unavailable for a partial and unavailable for the Amazon optimized. Okay, so that's great. But it doesn't tell you how. It does say that, the number of quantities, blah, blah, blah. You're just not shipping, a shit ton of quantities, demand, and all that bullshit. But hey, that's not my fault. If I knew where these items might maybe want to go, then maybe I'd do it that way, right? But how do I know? Amazon just determines and says, well, it's going to go to this placement. And they do that after the fact. It's not before, saying, hey, if you break this up into two, it'll go $10 here, $10 there, and you're spending $20. And now, you've created this shipment where you are sending it to where we need it to, blah, blah, blah. A partial, placement. But instead, they're charging me $30 to send it to one place, which I don't know until, once again, I put everything together and say, okay, well, this one box I can send. And send it to the East Coast or West Coast or wherever the fuck. And so you would varying fees. So these placement fees. So, but it doesn't cost them any more. This placement fee doesn't really make any sense. The placement of the items, is this like the insertion fees? It doesn't really make any sense. It's not even insertion fees like eBay because the items don't physically go there. But what are these placement fees? You're going to place them different places that I could have already shipped the thing to, probably cheaper, right? Possibly. I'm not saying it's 100%, but maybe it saves me $10. If I had the option, if I had it broken down and I had the option to know that, hey, these two packages, you can send them in 3 packages, right? This one's going to be $4, this one's going to be $8, this one's going to be, $5, $10, whatever. And then at least we as sellers would know that, hey, this is your best option. Sending it in here for, a specific, I can't remember what they call this, but it's East Coast, West Coast, yada, yada, Central, whatever. So at least you would know that whatever area you are sending it to is going to be the most, beneficial for you, for your items to be received, number one, because I would rather send it directly to where it needs to be rather than sending it to one and then, depending on the cost, right? Cost factors into this. Some of the cost is hey, we're going to eat, I guess they're just not eating that cost anymore when we send them, so they're just not eating that cost. Is that what that is? I don't know what it would be. But I do know it's pissing me off because the past two shipments, the one was $35. $35 placement? I don't get it. It cost more than it cost me to ship it. And so this placement fees are getting to be absurd. Now, maybe this is because these are just smaller. But then here's the thing. They don't give you the option. Like, I would have broken them down into whatever amount of boxes that they wanted and probably paid less, shipping them out to wherever the fuck that they wanted it to go. Whatever state that they would like it to go to would probably be cheaper. That doesn't seem to make sense. So we're going to keep on this. Obviously, a little riled up about it. I don't like it. I don't like them changing this whole setup. And I'm sure everybody's pretty pissy about it. I haven't seen anything in the forums, really, even though I don't really get on them. But I do kind of just scroll, pay attention to them, what the topics are. But I haven't seen anything about it. And this has been a while. So you would assume people have got to be getting pissy about it. Maybe they're not paying attention. I don't know. I don't want to be a guinea pig. It's getting costly. Extra costs for not really, that I can see, a reason. And then Amazon optimization. Why isn't Amazon optimizing this anyway? You need to tell me beforehand. How can, if Amazon can't optimize it prior to me putting it into a box, what are we doing? Then after I put it, if I separate those boxes, then Amazon can optimize it? It doesn't make any sense. Or am I going to it's going to be unavailable, and then I'm just going to keep shipping it to, this East Coast, which can be anywhere because my other shipments have been gone all up and down the East Coast. So that doesn't make me happy either. And I know it's cheap, and I know it's much cheaper, and blah, 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 blah. But Amazon fees, man, the more listings they hop on, the more listings, they chop in half so that sellers can't, make those few extra bucks off of these products. This is eating away at profit. And you make up with that with volume, and I understand this shit. I get it. Trust me, I know. But I'm not happy about this placement pricing. Got a box sitting behind me that I'm not happy about. Because they're like replens too, and it's upsetting to me. It's upsetting to me that I'm paying much, much, much more. I'm paying, $15 more for a shipment that I shipped in last month, and so it's becoming a little bit agitating. Not a little bit agitating. Obviously, I'm agitated. Fuck with my money. Anyway. Yeah. So we're driving. I don't think I got anything else to say after that. I'm worked up, man. It's 70 degrees today. I think it's supposed to be nice for a while, and then it's probably going to drop back down to 40. It was 70 one day, snow the next day. 70 snow, 70 snow, 70, 40. So getting a little worked up, getting a little sweat on, sweaty, and these fucking fees. let me know. Are you pissed off about these fees? You got any better ideas? I switched it from whatever the coast, whatever one was, to Amazon optimized before I made this shipment, because I was like, oh, well, maybe this is the reason my last shipment was that way. Nah, unavailable, meant nothing to them. So I don't think that it really matters. Well, at least with these shipments, it didn't matter. Tell me the tips, give me the tricks. If anybody knows, let me know. All right, I'll talk to you later. Appreciate you guys hanging out in these reseller talks / truck talks. I think reseller talks is getting better. More notice, right? More notice in the algorithm. Alrighty, we'll talk to you guys later. Alright, bye!
This thing's got a wicked pull to the right.